So, was this episode not action-packed for you now, folks? Was this not why you are here? Are you not entertained by this freaking amazing episode? This episode reminded me of why I fell in love with RWBY in the first place. Not just the amazing character designs, the weapons, the music, but also the fight scenes. Those beautiful fight scenes. Fight scenes you can't get anywhere else in animation. Hell, even in video games sometimes you can't get these kind of fight scenes. Even sometimes not in anime, you can get these kind of fight scenes without repetitive framework, which you usually see in anime. But in this one, no, there is no repetitive framework. In the past, they did that by copying some fighting moves from other things they've done, but this time they're doing all original choreography. And it shows. See, the reason why people were saying the choreography in the past was so bad because they were trying to copy Monty Oum's style, which they cannot do. It is impossible to copy his style because that was who he was as a person. So what they did instead is now they're doing their own thing, and it really shows this time. Like, we can't be like Monty, but we can be like ourselves, and because of that, it shows. It is perfectly executed, and this episode shows it stupendously. Just bravo. And they do two kinds of fights, which I do enjoy in RWBY. The first one, of course, we need to talk about is the teamwork fights. Remember in the first teamwork fight where RWBY's team and John's team worked together to take down the Raven and the Scorpions from the first season, volume. That was one of the best fights I ever seen because it was a team-based fight. Everyone was showing what they could do in order to contribute to the team to take down this giant foe. Now we're seeing it again. Well, we saw it again as well in volume 4 as well, and now we're seeing it again in this volume, but this time it's a giant mechabot. We also see it as well in volume 2. In fact, almost every volume but volume 3 is where we see them take down something big and as a team effort. Those are one of the best ones because it has a lot of momentum. It also shows how strong each person has become since the last volume. And they have improved when it comes to team play, strategy work, skills and strength, all that stuff, even their semblance. For instance, John is coming out. RWBY shows the charisma and courage of getting people together to stand against a very impossible task, while John brings everyone together through a nice strategy meeting, which tells people what they need to do, some clues and hints and ideas, and what to do to take down an impossible foe. So with these two kind of leaders together, you kind of have a nearly unstoppable team. Once when they get a bit older and more experienced, I bet you these guys will be great leaders and master strategists when it comes to leading teams and to taking down giant foes. I guarantee it. So taking out this thing, I felt like I was playing one of those video games where you have to fight a final boss and you're playing multiple people at the same time, And the best way to take these kind of giants down is usually by the legs. That's the best way to take it down. First of all, it's in water. And the water doesn't seem that deep because it's still near the shore, I guess. So the water's not that deep just yet. But still, if you take it down by getting it further out, they just need to trip it. I'm surprised Weiss didn't use her ice in order to, have the thing trip. While it's moving, use ice power so it can trip and then take it down. They already destroyed the shield generator, all they need to do is trip it. That's the best way to take down a giant, But I guess they weren't thinking that much. And because of that, it did delay for time. It did seem like they were winning until the very end. That giant cliffhanger they hold on to. But it was funny. It was so fast paced. Everything felt like it was moving around. So I just had to watch it twice just to keep my eyes on everything, see what everyone was doing. It was fantastic. Doing diversions, taking out the enemy. But still, back to what I said. They should have tripped the robot. Once when they destroy the shield generator, they should have just found the way to trip the robot so it will fall on its back and then break the glass and take the woman out. That's all they had to do, but they had some other plans. But hey, man, just put me on Team RWBY. I'm my ass beat. Anyways, I did like the part where Nora was like, let go of my Maya. Like, oh my. Freaking Nora, man. Let go of my Maya. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Now, for another part of this episode, man, the very beautiful character-driven part of this episode, man. And the great loss we had as well. There was a great loss in this episode. Yes, a very big loss, man. We lost Bumblebee. We lost that beautiful bike. That sexy looking bike. The bike where I would look at like, I want a bike like that someday, you know? It could be a different color, but still, I want that model. That was a beautiful bike. So let's all have a moment of silence for the bike, Bumblebee bike. It was too beautiful for this world, man. Kid you not, that was a beautiful freaking bike. But our Yang's okay? You saw the episode. If you haven't, I don't know why you're watching this video. Anyways, Blake is fighting freaking Adam. We know that already. But how she's fighting him makes a lot of sense. Remember in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End where Jack says, "We fight to run." Yes, Blake runs. It's probably a weakness. But remember, if you acknowledge your weaknesses, you can use them to your advantage as strengths as well. Blake can easily use her power. Her power is meant to run away. True. So she can use that power to easily get over her enemy, you know, just keep her distance, attack, gives her time to think. But then again, Adam is used to this kind of power, so because of that, he is just as fast as well. And speaking of Adam, this is the Adam fight we wanted. This is the fight that everyone's been craving for. I don't know what the crowd was in Volume 5, but this is what everyone has been praying for. This is the fight. You know, in a way, when we saw him fight, it really reminded me of Virgil from Devil May Cry. And like I said before, during Monty's old videos, he was a fan of Final Fantasy, Dead or Alive, Halo, and even Devil May Cry. Monty was a fan of those things. So I wouldn't be surprised if Adam had some kind of, you know, reference to Virgil from Devil May Cry. It would make sense. His fighting style, his attitude, it kind of acts like Virgil in the way. Not all the way, but just a little. So in that last, he takes off his mask. We see what's behind him. He had some type of, looked like he was stamped or something, and it just completely messed him up. So, in a way, you could feel sorry for Adam. Adam probably went through times where he couldn't trust nobody, where he couldn't have someone to call his own, in a way. And he's probably been harmed tons of times in the past. So, when someone like Blake came around, he finally felt like he finally found someone. When you go through life like Adam, you don't have that kind of thing where there's other fish in the sea or move on to someone else. Because you never had it before. And since this is your first time having something like that, like love, you don't really know what to do with it. You're inexperienced. I mean. And because of that, when that person wants to move on, you yourself can't move on because you've never been through this before. So you're trapped in a way. He feel like without Blake, there's nothing else. That's it. No one else will understand him. Nothing else. And because of that, he has that kind of mentality is the reason why he's so obsessed with Blake. So now we're starting to understand Adam in a way. Blake hurt Adam by leaving him where he felt loneliness, something he never wanted to feel ever again. And Blake gave him that where he felt like he wasn't alone. But now that she's gone, he feels lonely again. He hates that feeling. It drives him mad. And it's hurting him emotionally and mentally. I'm not saying the guy should be forgiven or anything. I'm just saying try to understand what he's going through. Is what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, that fight was pretty badass. And of course, Yang coming in. Yang, I liked how they're still showing. People were saying that she would probably be freezing up when she first sees Adam, but no. This makes a lot of sense. Sometimes when people are scared and feel like their life's on the line, especially after facing something that harmed them in the past, they go all out. They go all out mad and rush crazy. And Yang was going all out in his fight. She wasn't giving Adam a chance to breathe. And because of that, when she did have a chance to breathe, she realized she was still scared. Her hands were shaking, of course. So, when you're kind of scared, you do your best not to think about being scared by not thinking, by doing more action than anything else. But however, by the time they stopped, by the time Adam started to talk to her, she realized that she was scared until Blake shows up. They're not alone. Adam needs to move on. But someone for Adam is not easy for him to move on. You have to understand that for the guy. So, this episode, fantastic. You know, we got some good development, some great understanding of Adam, that Adam we all been craving to have. The question is will this be Adam's final arc? You know, will this be the last time we see Adam, you know, going all crazy against Blake? I'm not saying like after this he's gone or something like that. I hope he don't die, but I feel like he needs something, some sense of closure. But then again, it'll be interesting if he didn't get his closure and he does die. That will be interesting too, but I don't see that's how. I don't think Blake or Yang are going to kill Adam or anything. I don't see that. I just want to see what will happen to Adam. Because, like I said, despite everything that happened, Adam is still one of my favorite characters in the series. I love his design. I love his attitude. And now I like him even more by understanding what he's going through. It makes him like him even more. So I do enjoy Adam a lot as a character now. So yeah, man, that was my review and thoughts of RWBY. My God, this episode was fantastic. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. It's a good episode, man. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified. Madcrownxox, sign out. Have a good one.